A look inside Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. Tonight, a good one in the NFC. It's the San Francisco 49ers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Well, welcome to you, Mike Tirico, along with Greg Olson, Chase McLaughlin, set to get it started. Off we go from Raymond James Stadium. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Opening carry of the game for the versatile Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. Love to start any drive like that. 18 on the first play. And a first down.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. A pickup of 12 yards. First down, 49ers.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
He'll find his open man. That's Brandon Ayuk. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another first down. A run here with McCaffrey. Finding space at the 15. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a touchdown. But I don't think he knows yet that this one is coming back. Out of the gun, here's Allen. The open man is Nakua. Good result there after the penalty. They get the yardage back and then some.
So think back to earlier in the week, Mike, and they told us they want to get him going here early and often. So I'd expect plenty of passes to head his way as this game unfolds.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, here is Allen. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. The intended receiver was Justin Jefferson. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
Now they're entering the area of the field, especially with the amount of yards they've gained on this possession, Mike, where it feels like a touchdown is critical. For the defense, settling for a field goal here, especially with the ball where it is, feels like a win.
Not much happening there, just a short gain.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Bucs' 15-yard line.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. To throw is Allen. They'll try to set up the screen to McCaffrey. And the Niners are going to be looking at 1st and goal. They move it down to the 4.
Now, this is how you dream up the opening script. You get the ball first, and you want to go down and set the tone for the rest of the game. Well, it looks like the coaches did a great job when they built that script during the week. With that big-time throw, they got a shot now with 1st and goal to end this opening drive with a touchdown.
Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Move back to the 10. They'll try here on 2nd and goal. On the counter, it's McCaffrey. And this defense trying to stiff it. He gets back to the line, and that is it. 3rd and goal coming up.
So on 2nd down, they try to hammer it in on the ground, Mike, but now on 3rd and goal, I don't think you had any choice but to put this ball in your quarterback's hands and test this defense through the air.
On 3rd and goal, here's Allen. They're called in at the 2, and he'll take it on in. Puka Nacua. Touchdown, San Francisco. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Buccaneers, nothing.
So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. The return starts from the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. First carry for Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. One quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. The Niners have the early advantage. We'll have more from Tampa after this. On to the second, Buccaneers in possession of the football. They've got it with a second down and 10. Play action now. Jackson. Open man. Downfield. Chase has it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. First time they've looked his way tonight. Good time to do it. It's a first down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as, my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the 47 now, they'll work with a 2nd and 7. From the gun, Jackson. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
It's a gain of 23
They'll pick up
yards.
23 on that one. It's a first down for Tampa Bay.
First and 10 at the
So in regards to
24-yard
being
line.
used in the passing game, there's really two types of backs in this league. There's the check down back. He's able to just take the short gains and try to pick up more yards after catch. And then there's the back that can be used as a weapon. Man, when you got a guy like that in your passing game, it is a handful for defenses.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Once again, it's Barkley. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. He'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Brought down at the 8-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
They'll try to throw here with Jackson. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
That's good.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, Man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
Right there. Let's go, let's get that touch.
Barkley is into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down to score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop. And they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. To return, it's McCaffrey. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Niners offense ready now for their second drive. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. From the gun, Josh Allen. A short one there, caught by Kittle. And he'll only manage a couple of yards before he's out of bounds.
At the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Hook him up on a 2nd down and 8. From the gun, throw here for Allen. First brought down, that pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. The Niners will use the first of their timeouts, and they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down.
San Francisco.
Allen to throw again. To the left side and taken in by Jefferson.
To Justin Jefferson. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 44-yard line.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Allen going to throw again. He's got a man. That's Kittle. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a 1st down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. But as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a 1st down. All right, so the ball falls incomplete, but I think what it does now, Mike, is it allows you to stop the clock, get in the huddle, take a deep breath, and now your play caller has to give you the best play. Go get points here before the half and try to build something going into halftime.
One more time going up top with Allen. He'll look underneath here for McCaffrey. Timeout 49ers. That is their 2nd. Clock will stop with 33 seconds to go until halftime. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Throwing again is Allen. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a first down. The Niners will use their 3rd and final timeout. Clock will stop just under 30 seconds to go in this second quarter.
And a 49er first down.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. To throw again, it's Allen. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. A first down there on a pickup of 17.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point. And now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that after this long drive would be a bit of a letdown. Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Now it's 2nd and 1. To the air once more is Allen. He takes off. And he's in! Josh Allen, touchdown, 49ers. That's his 2nd touchdown tonight.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the 4th quarter in 2-minute mode. Well, let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here, going into halftime, changes this entire game.
14, Buccaneers 7.
Final 9 seconds of this half, and the kick is away. He's going to elect not to bring this one out. Probably a wise decision, as this ball comes out to the 35. The Bucs offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. They trail now 14-7, as they'll come up for 1st and 10. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. Short throw there, pulled in by Evans. And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. Second and a yard. To throw is Jackson. Pass thrown deep for Godwin. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Buccaneers offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. The Bucs offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Now, Jackson. Throw out wide to Godwin. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
In a lot of offenses, Mike, these quick passes to the wide receivers really fall under the run category. Of course, they're going to go down as a forward pass, but to a lot of offensive coordinators in the league, it's a lot easier to pick up 1st and 2nd down yardage on these quicks than it is to turn around and hand it off to your running back and count on blocking.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
3rd and short, Jackson. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's going to have a Bucs 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a gain of 7.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the 1st down.
Angling to the sideline, inside the 35. And he will get into the end zone. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. Big play out of the running game as the back accelerates all the way to the house for the rushing touchdown.
And Mike, when we talk about burst, that's what we're talking about. And they told us all week, be ready for this guy. He's got something special to him, and that long touchdown there is exactly what they're talking about.
So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. To return, it's McCaffrey. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Niners offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this 2nd half. They've been able to move the ball with relative ease. Their first couple of possessions, both ending in touchdowns, but still they find themselves tied as they start with the ball again here on 1st down. They'll run with McCaffrey to start this drive. And he'll take this to about the 28. The big defensive lineman, Vita Vea, on the stop.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 28-yard line.
It is 2nd and 6. They'll run the toss with McCaffrey. And this is going to be a big loss. He kept retreating, looking for an escape hatch. Found nothing. And they get him down well behind the line.
Look, Mike, I realize most people, if they saw a lineman of his size waiting for him, they would just run the other way. But it's his job to try to find a way around the big fella and get what he can. Running backwards only turns a small setback into a much bigger one.
This one broken up. It is incomplete, so they go with the screen. It was snuffed out. And now it's 4th down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
The fair catch here, called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The Buccaneers offense ready for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
You certainly don't want to be wasting downs at this stage of the game, but with nothing open, I can't really blame him. There was really nowhere to go with the ball. You don't want to start throwing into tight coverage, and he just has to simply throw that one away.
On 2nd down, Barkley trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track, because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
He'll let this one go deep down the right sideline. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete.
I think the second that ball left his hand, he wanted to pull it immediately back. I mean, he is lucky, Mike. That ball didn't end up going the other way. He almost gifted them a short field and maybe even some points.
Stopped in his tracks on that one. They made sure that return was not going any farther. The 49ers offense ready to get back at it. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with 1st down. On the RPO, it's Nacua. He'll be driven out of bounds, and that's a pickup of 8.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
From the 43, here's 2nd and a couple. Now, a handoff to McCaffrey. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
It's going to be 3rd. They need 1. Kittle is the man in motion. 3rd and a yard. Allen. That's hot. Left side. It's complete. 13 yards on the catch there. It's good for a Niners 1st down.
We're not real accustomed to seeing these sort of plays out of this guy. He's more of the dirty work, kind of behind-the-scenes role player. But tell you what, he keeps coming through for this offense, and he's going to find himself with a couple more touches.
1st down. Allen. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Max Crosby, motor always running, gets there for the sack. So we are through 3. And Thursday Night Primetime continues after this. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Allen. Caught by Nacua on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
You want to be a star in the NFL, Mike? These are the high-pressure moments that you can't shy away from. The greats, they embrace it. Tie ball game, 4th quarter. The game is on the line. Everyone in the stadium knows where that ball is going, and I can't believe it.
And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. They've got it. It'll be 1st and goal after a pickup of 21.
Really nice job getting this ball out to the edge, and then once he's able to get clear of the D-line, get vertical and accelerate down the sideline. That's a great run. He's forced out of bounds, but not before setting up first and goal.
He'll tuck it and take it, and he will score! Josh Allen, touchdown San Francisco. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the fourth quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now that pressure shifts to your defense, your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
Makes the score Niners 21, Buccaneers 14.
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Buccaneers offense ready to get back to work. They'll do so with 1st and 10. He'll start on the ground with Barkley. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
You know, so I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
That is caught wide on the RPO, and he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Brings up 3rd and
Truth
8.
be told, the tight end probably would have been better off dropping that ball. But let's talk about this corner. Not only diagnosing the play, but being physical enough to bring the big tight end down for a loss.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he does all he can to get away, but they're going to get him right at the line of scrimmage, and it will bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Certainly hasn't been their best game in terms of rushing the passer, but you find yourself with the lead here in the fourth quarter. No better time for that pass rush to come alive and see if they can close this game out.
Kicking time for the Bucks. They'll punt it away. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the fourth quarter. A fair catch. He's going to call it and take it right around his own 30-yard line. The 49ers offense headed back to take over once more. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Now Allen to throw on 2nd down. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Max Crosby, he gets in there to drop him for a big loss. And now it's 3rd and long.
Big-time opportune sack there by the defense. Mike, they're right on the cusp of field goal range. You can't allow this to become a 2-possession ball game here in the fourth quarter. Massive 3rd down coming up here. See if they can get off the field and get the ball back to their offense.
Allen to throw on 3rd and long. He's going to send it downfield for Ayuk. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal.
It's a gain of
And now the defense is going to take their first time out. Remember, they get an extra one built in with the 2-minute warning coming up momentarily.
San Francisco.
An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. First down and goal. They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. And they'll run here with McCaffrey. Only a yard there. Tackle made at the 5. Here comes second and goal. The defense uses its second timeout here. And don't forget, clock going to stop when we hit the 2-minute warning as well. Ball right on the 5-yard line. Second down and goal. Now Allen.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time. Play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
This crowd into it now as we get to third down. Kittle is the man in motion. Allen going to throw here on third and goal. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. George Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Buccaneers, 14.
So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. They'll start out first down and 10. They bring a tight end in motion left. Jackson now to throw on first down. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Brings up second and 4 at the 31-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. He's going to tuck it and go.
You can see here, Mike, the impact that sending your receivers deep does to the defense. You add so many layers, and the defense has to get so much depth in their pass coverage. It leaves a lot of room underneath, and that's exactly what the quarterback takes advantage. Tucks the ball down, turns into a runner, picks up the first down.
They send Godwin in motion. A first down throw for Jackson. There's Evans. He's got it. It'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
21 yards.
A gain there of 21. Good for a Buccaneers first down.
First and 10.
And these are the moments in the game, Mike, where you need your best players to come through and make their presence felt, and that's exactly what he does there. Picks up a nice reception, good chunk of yards, and they keep their hopes alive.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another first down.
First and 10 at the
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
The Buccaneers forced to use their third and final timeout. Clock stops with 33 seconds remaining.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the Niners' 27-yard line.
They'll come up for 2nd and 9. From the gun, Jackson. A throw on the move is caught. He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 15.
Complete to number 13.
His second
Mike
catch of the
Evans.
drive. This one good for 15 and a first down.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd
Brings
down.
up 2nd and
This is one of
10.
those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Jackson now on 2nd down. His throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. And that's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
Again, it's Jackson. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. The drive starts with a carry by McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter. So, a win here.
From the host of Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the San Francisco 49ers. And it's a pretty good return here as they'll get this out to the 29. Jackson, first play, going to throw. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Play action. Now Jackson. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Quick slant caught by Chase. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll make it second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle, and they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 37. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Oh, Lamar Jackson just so electric, Charles, when he gets into open space, and we saw Exhibit A right there.
You know something? I'm standing up here in the booth next to you watching the play. He buckled my ankles on that one as well. It doesn't matter whether you're actually on the field trying to chase him or you're just watching him play. This guy is sheer excitement.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Barkley. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. The penalty yards marched off as they'll try again on 2nd and goal. From the gun, Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's into the end zone for the Tampa Bay touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Bucs put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Well, CD, that was a well-orchestrated drive by Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, and how about the way he capped it off, too? Orchestrate the drive and then let everybody know exactly who the guy is on the field you got to watch on every play. Finishes it off with a touchdown run.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The 49ers getting set to trot out there. Looking to put a drive together. Allen now looks to throw. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's second down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Ball on the 39. Here's second down and 3. On play action, Allen. This one brought in by Jefferson. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. That'll give them 8 that time. And they'll be left with second and a couple. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a second down and 2 coming up. Now Allen again. Complete. Jefferson the target. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, that's one way and a good way to get things going offensively. One play in, and they're already on the move. The defense, they're hoping that's not a sign of things to come as this game unfolds.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Throwing now is Allen. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they're both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Well, that'll get them the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Gets this to Saquon Barkley out of the backfield. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up second down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And they run the option here on first and 10. Tackled by the cornerback, Derek Stingley.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
To throw is Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
At the 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. Straight ahead, it's Irving. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
And 11 at the 14-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Jackson. Over the middle, complete. That's Evans. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
3rd down.
Third and 5. In motion right, Evans. Jackson from the shotgun. There's Evans again, complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans from 8 yards out. And the Bucs will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. McLaughlin for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
The score, Buccaneers 14, 49ers 7.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Second down and 6 now. To throw, it's Allen. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Allen going to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here's Allen. He's got this complete to Ayuk on the out route. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
To the air, Allen. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now Allen. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. And again, it's Allen. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Piñeiro. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. The kick by Piñeiro is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take, punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So timing up for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. One more drive here for the Buccaneer offense in this first half. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. But they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here comes third down and 7. Allen. That one behind his man, incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Looking to put a drive together. Off the plate fake. Here's Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Evans. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
In motion, the tight end. Jackson. He will find his man Chase complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Brandon, what's even more impressive is that came against double coverage. He gashed them with that reception, even with the extra focus that he drew from the defense.
Here's Jackson to throw. And a catch right side by Evans. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It's a gain of 9. brings up 2nd and a yard at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and a yard. On the option right is Jackson. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Lamar Jackson, 30 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Shifts by him. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Well, the 49ers settling in for their next drive. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
At the 34-yard line.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Now a give, right side, McCaffrey. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 2 yards the game there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Allen to throw it. And they'll find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 30. Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. On first down, this is McCaffrey. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Now Allen. They'll find Ayuk open right side. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 12-yard line. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
First and 10.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
But they've certainly not shied away from throwing the footballs. They've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
Allen now looks to throw. Now a run here off the arc. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
On any first and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down in bounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet, not just straight down, but back, because they're trying to create enough distance to make sure their feet are in bounds.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Puka Nacua, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Back now comes Tampa Bay. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. And remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football. And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Here's Jackson. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Barkley, inside handoff. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
And 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll run it again with Barkley. And same result. He's going to take this just to the line of scrimmage before running into a brick wall. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Jackson. That's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down.
It's 4th down.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to swell the lead to 6. And that is no good. And that will keep this a 3-point game. Josh Allen in the offense now. Down by a field goal. Just under 2 minutes to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. To throw is Allen. Got him on right side. It's McCaffrey.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Throwing, Allen. Going to be taken in here by Nakua.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. They'll come to the line. This is 3rd and 3. Now Allen. He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey.
They got the completion. Now, they probably had 2 plays called in the huddle, so they've got to get to the line of scrimmage, get set, and run their 4th down play.
Too far for a field goal. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Here's Allen. He's got his target. That's complete. Yeah, he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Allen. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
It's a gain of 7.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Here's 2nd down and 3. Now Allen. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to potentially send us to overtime. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think that pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the save calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Looking downfield for Godwin. What a reach for that one, but can't grab it. It's behind him, and it's incomplete. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So it's the 49ers who will get the football first with a chance to win it here in overtime. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive down with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
53 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
First throw of overtime for Allen. Connects with Kittle underneath. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way. Overtime here out west, and you got a team from the Eastern time zone. Maybe their body clock's a little thrown off, or is that overhyped?
I don't think it's overhyped, and I think that for most teams, you're hoping that your mind overrules your body, because your body's looking for slippers and bedtime clothes, right? They're looking for the pajamas. But in this case, you've got to stay with it mentally. And what a lot of teams do, they never change their watches. They always say on East Coast time and just go ahead that way to try and defeat any of the effects of moving to the West.
That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's Allen. Pass complete there to McCool. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Well, good start for him under center here in overtime. Now 3 of 3.
And this is where you have to know who you have playing quarterback. You've got a confident thrower right now, someone who's taking care of the ball, but not being timid as well, and is moving the team downfield. That opens up your game book and allows you to dial up some big shots if you want.
And the Niners are going to have it first and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Throwing now is Allen. He's got it. And this is a touchdown. That's not over yet, but they draw first blood here in this overtime.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the podcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
So out come the Bucs now. Looking to put a drive together. First throw in overtime now for Jackson. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
From the gun, Jackson. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
That's really good play design right there, and it's one that comes down to the offensive line. It's a deep in route, but it's only going to work if that line gives you time in the pocket to wait for the route to develop. Mission accomplished there as they pick up the first down.
Jackson. Right back to Chris Godwin. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Offensively, back-to-back really nice plays. This defense, they've got 2 timeouts, maybe should burn one.
Yeah, when you get back-to-back explosive plays, to me, anything over 10 yards, I don't care if it's a run or a pass, I count it as an explosive play. That sets your defense back on its heels. A timeout here would be a good idea and try and get themselves settled because we're in OT. This is big time. Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Across the formation, he finds Godwin. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 23.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two are connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT.
Here's Jackson.
That's caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Throwing, Jackson.
That ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now a big decision looming. Go for 1 in the tie or 2 in the win. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And we are all tied at 28. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Completes this to Jefferson.
And with just 9 seconds left in overtime, we get whistles and a timeout.
And the 49er first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Here's Allen. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back.
Allen. He'll let this go for the end zone.
And that is incomplete. 1 overtime. How about 2? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that 2nd overtime in just a moment. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Shotgun handoff down to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Allen. This one is incomplete.
Intended for Puka Nacua. Incomplete. He was covered by Patrick Surtain.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. And in double overtime, this needs to be a good one. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And the momentum just continuing to build and build for them. They had the touchdown, their last drive to tie the game. Now their defense does its job. And Charles, all of a sudden, they've got a chance to capture the lead here.
And we're seeing a really nice exhibition of what coaches love to call complementary football. Offense gets a tie, defense does its job, gets the ball right back, and their teammates now have momentum.
Oh, and it's intercepted.
Derek Stingley picks it.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Intercepted. The Niners take over 1st and 10.
A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Pat Surtain getting down from his corner spot to make that play.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuck that one behind the line of scrimmage.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
75 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he sidestepped one man, but reinforcements come to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs 16. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home turf, and that is to defend your home turf, and today that mission was accomplished.
Look, every offseason, every preseason, the head coach goes in front of the team and says, the mission for the season, defend our home field every time, split on the road, and we'll be in the playoffs. That's why defending the home field is vital.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.
About 40 miles south of San Francisco, welcome to Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight, a good one in the NFC. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the San Francisco 49ers. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. Off the play fake. Jackson. Short pass taken in by the tight end. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. And you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
Jackson now on 2nd down. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and inches.
An early test to start this one. 3rd and inches. They'll go with the sneak. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
First carry for Saquon Barkley. Good physical run. It'll wind up as a gain of 5.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide-open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for, and I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
A loss of 2 yards.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete. Chris Godwin, the receiver he was looking for. And that's going to lead to a 4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
Fair catch taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Throwing right away is Allen. That's caught. Christian McCaffrey. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get him the ball, pick up the first down.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
I'm not so sure he would have picked up the first down had they connected either way, but still, disappointing outcome to not at least get a handful of positive yards on that last one.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. There's Jefferson. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Brings up 3rd and
1. 3rd and a yard. The tight end motioning left here. They'll try to run for it with McCaffrey. Oh, the defense meets him in the backfield. They stopped him dead in his tracks and set up fourth down.
It's fourth down.
Well, this seems pretty straightforward. 3rd and 1, just dial up a run play and run straight downhill. But this defense had other plans. They were ready and expecting that run, and they're able to take the ball carrier down for a loss.
A fair catch signal, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The Bucs offense ready to see the football for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains. They're nothing fancy. But they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
They'll run the toss to Barkley. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
So much of what makes a toss play so good is it allows you to get the ball on the perimeter of the defense really quickly, and it doesn't stress all of your backside blocking. But on the downside, it does get your running back running east and west. They're running sideways for the first couple steps, and with a defense that can run to the ball, they're able to get you down for a loss.
And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So we are through one here on Thursday Night Primetime. What will the second quarter have in store? And we're back in the Bay Area after this. On to the second, Buccaneers in possession of the football. From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. As we are ready to get back underway. And that time, the pressure too much. He'll go down. The all-pro Cameron Hayward. He gets into drop-in. It's a loss of 8.
And after allowing a chunk play on that previous down, nice job there settling in. They make a big play of their own, and they get him down for a sack.
On second down, Barkley. And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. Cameron Hayward, the former All-Pro, in on the tackle.
It's a gain of a yard. And this is 3rd down.
3rd and a long way to go. From the gun, Jackson. That's caught. It's Evans. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
6 yards.
A big one there on 3rd down. Good for 26 yards.
26 yards.
That's about as big time as you get. There's a saying, Mike, that you really judge your quarterback by his ability to operate, not only on 3rd down, but what they call 3rd and pass, meaning it's such a long down and distance, they have no choice but to air the ball out. And when you can convert 3rd downs that distance, chances are you got a pretty big-time quarterback.
And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line. A gain there of 27 yards.
Gain of 27 on the play.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
The hole closes quickly. They'll pick up about 3.
Tackle made at the 16-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Barkley. And he's in. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown Buccaneers.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession two. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Here's McLaughlin now after the score. He'll kick this one away. To return, it's McCaffrey. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Niners heading out in their NFL rivalry-inspired uniforms for the faithful. That's the term the 49ers supporters use throughout the years. But if you look closely, you see faithful is written above the numbers on the front. And those numbers really stand out. A nod to the graphic style of font, if you will, that was used during that golden era of 49er football. How about that? Quick feet there. Made a man miss on his way to a nice pickup of 7.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and a couple. They give this to Jefferson on the jet sweep. And that one shut down right away. Good pressure on the backside. The defense stops him for no gain.
Loss of 1. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Pick it up. You're embarrassing.
Third down, it's Allen. On the move left. He'll try to run for it. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. A pickup there of 25 yards. First down, 49ers.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contained rushing, especially on third down, Mike. You can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. First time he's caught a ball here tonight, and it is good for a first down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone you want to get.
And he's into the end zone. George Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix and run, mix and pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. You can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns. Man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. Now it's Bucky Irving to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Buccaneers offense can see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. To the left side, to Godwin. And he's back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain before stepping out of bounds.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Third and inches.
Third and inches. Jackson. Taking off. He'll try to get there. Taking advantage of the room to run. A gain of 19 on the scramble.
A gain of 19.
Timeout here, Tampa Bay. That is their second, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
44-yard line.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Back to throw, Jackson. That's caught. Saquon Barkley.
Jackson's pass complete to Saquon Barkley. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the Niners' 42-yard line.
Second down, 8 yards to go. To throw is Jackson. He'll look underneath here for Barkley. The Buccaneers forced to use their third and final timeout, as that'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Brings up third and inches.
Here's third down and a few inches. Now, Jackson. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
So on these play calls, Mike, on third and inches, typically how it goes is we're going to try to take a shot, then there's a medium zone option, and then the last resort is just pick up the first down with something underneath and get that fresh set of downs. So in this case, he settles for the underneath throw, but it's still enough to pick up the first down.
McLaughlin's kick is good. And the Bucs get 3 here late in the first half to take the lead.
49ers 7.
Good snap, good hold, really good operation by the specialist. Gives this offense the lead right before the halftime break. Now the question will be, can they build on this as they try to close this game out as we look forward to the second half?
Final moments of this first half, kicking with the lead now, as this one is in the air. And he will sit on it here in the end zone for a touchback. 49ers offense going to take over just before the half. They'll begin with first and 10. To throw is Allen. He's going to send it downfield for Ayuk. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. 3 points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. A safe kick taken at the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Niners offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with first and 10. Putting one of their tight ends in motion left. They'll run with McCaffrey to start this drive. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be second down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3 at the 33-yard line.
from the shotgun. It's Allen. Finding room at midfield. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of
that one good for 29.
And I think it's really been to all of our surprise. We haven't really had to say his name very much so far, and I think you can give the defense all the credit for that. There's his first catch of the game, and it comes here in the third quarter.
On the give, it's McCaffrey. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 38-yard line.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, here is Allen. He's into space past the 25. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. They get 21 on that one. It's good for a Niners first down. Allen to throw. That one to the end zone, but incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
2nd and 10. To the air once more, it's Allen. Nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
They'll run the sneak. The ball's out. And fortunately, one of his teammates there to save him. He'll wind up getting enough to pick up the first down.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
And they'll run here with McCaffrey. Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's 2nd and goal.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
Throwing on 2nd down. It's Allen.
The 2nd down pass. Trent McDuffie on the tackle. A loss of 10 brings up 3rd and goal.
So the last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, here's Allen. He'll try and get there on the ground. And the drive stalls out as he's brought down. And the field goal unit likely to come on here on 4th and goal.
What a nice play defensively. It's always a bit of a challenge. How long do I stay in coverage defending my zone or my man? Or how fast do I come up and pursue a scrambling quarterback? They did a nice job rallying to the ball late. They're able to bring him down to force 4th down.
Pinero's kick is good. And the 49ers will level the score at 10 apiece.
So touchdowns are always the primary goal of every drive. But when you find yourself down 3 here in the second half, you've just got to find a way to tie the game up. And they were able to do that here.
So the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. Irving now on the return. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Bucs offense ready for their first possession of this second half. Low-scoring game, all tied, third quarter, and a touchdown here could go a long way. See if they can get it on this drive. 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Godwin working the right side. There's no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
On play action, here's Jackson. A dive and a catch. Incredible. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far. That one gives him a first down.
So, Mike, you look back at the quarterback and you see that this ball is coming out of his hand and it's going to be low. And the decision's made. You've got to go down to the ground to secure the catch. First order of business. Your hands are between the ground and the ball, no matter what that looks like. And then once you secure it, you've got to roll, protect the ball, and under no circumstances can that ball move or hit the ground. I mean, how often do we see a great catch overturned on replay? So it's not easy, but you get paid to catch them all.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Off the play fake. Jackson. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
To the air one more time with Jackson. And he'll be stopped short of the first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8 yards.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Jackson on 3rd and 2. Going up top for Evans. They're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. It'll be 1st and goal. That's a gain of 28.
You never know which play is going to be the one that sways the game in your favor, and that could be it right there. I mean, to set up 1st and goal with that last pass completion, now they can really take their time. There is an element of working some of this clock down. You know you at least have a field goal try, if not a touchdown. The last piece of the puzzle is just don't give the ball back to your opponent with too much time to go down and answer your score. Down in the red zone, design quarterback runs are a handful for defenses to account for. But in this case, give them credit. Not a lot of room to maneuver here for the quarterback, and they keep it to a short game.
Design run here with Jackson. He will take it in himself. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Tampa. The dual threat of the quarterback. When you have one that can run, why not use him, especially down here, Greg? And they punch it in for the touchdown.
There's nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than down here near the goal line when he can call his own number. And in this case, that's exactly what he does, and he's able to take it in himself.
49ers 10.
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this 4th quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. This one taken at the 7. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Niners offense ready to take over once again. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. That's over the middle to Kittle. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, And that catch gets him a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot. On the handoff, McCaffrey. And he finds some space, tackles after a gain of 7 on first down.
He was brought down by Pat Surtain. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 24-yard line.
Here's 2nd down and 3. Again, it's McCaffrey. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it.
The tackle by Christian Gonzalez. No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 4.
They'll drop to throw. That's caught by McCaffrey. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
I'm an aggressive guy by nature, Mike, so whenever I get 4th and short in plus territory, I want to go for it. You're not going to win many games in this league settling for field goals. You have to capitalize when you find yourself in a position to score.
And they're going to get the first down. They were forced to go for it, and it's going to work out for them.
Gain of 6. That's another 49er first down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Allen will throw. They'll try to set up the screen to McCaffrey. And that is going nowhere in a hurry. Finally taken down well behind the line.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
The connection made to Ayuk. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to, what they call, punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Here is 1st and goal. One more time going up top with Allen. And it's a touchdown. They have gotten to within 1. And a 2-point conversion can give them the lead here in the final minute.
Mike, I know everyone has their opinions about whether to kick it or go for 2. But me, my honest opinion is I don't even think there's a decision to be made. I'm keeping my offense on the field. We've practiced all week for our gotta-have-it 2-point play. Dial it up.
He'll get in. An incredible gutsy call. Pays off. They've taken the lead by 1.
17.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. And he will not attempt to return, so this will come out now to the 35-yard line. The Buccaneers offense about ready to take over once more. They'll come up for 1st and 10. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. Short throw there, pulled in by Evans. Now they burn the timeout. They're in that gray area. You might be able to get in 2 plays, but maybe just one left in this game. We'll see. Now 2nd and inches. From the gun, Jackson. To the left side, to Godwin. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. And the clock will stop. Timeout called with 5 seconds remaining. Here's 1st down. Jackson now. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. The defense holds here in the final minute, and they're going to get out of here with a victory. So a win here for the 49ers. It was a closely fought affair, but they're able to survive, and they eke out the 1-point victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olsen. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.